What do you want to choose? Choose Chet? Or are we talking about? Okay. Chet Holmgren's going to miss the entire rookie year due to a Liz Frank foot injury, basically torn ligaments in his foot. And he joins the list of Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons as top overall picks who will miss their rookie season due to injury. And he suffered it during the Pro-Am game of the crossover again while defending LeBron James.
What's up, TP? Yeah, I got some comments here. All right. Saw this little excerpt online. 19 muscles, 33 joints, 107 ligaments, 26 bones. What body part am I talking about?
I don't know.
The foot.
Oh.
The foot. You know, skip. There's a lot of different. My family keeps calling you cereal. There's a lot of things that you can do to get your foot stronger. And it is very apparent to me that Chet Holmgren might not know this. And so I have no long-term concerns because I've been seeing a lot of the Kristaps comparison, and I like that because Kristaps is still a very good basketball player, but he's been hurt by injuries his entire career. And I think that at least Chet Holmgren will be something like Kristaps Porzingis, but if he can stay healthy, then we're looking at more of like the group we just kind of discussed there.
No, so for me, when I think about Chet Holmgren, I talked about the positives of this, help him develop his shooting form. He'll be able to focus on his body, put on some weight, and he'll have a year in the NBA, training and conditioning program. So basically, I think all in all, this will be something that could work out potentially well for them due to the fact that they'll be able to, in my opinion, develop him off the court, and he'll have a year of adjustment period. Does it suck that, he's out for the season? Yes, but it helps their odds to get Victor Wembanyama now. And in the long run, I don't think it's a bad thing. Does it? You have to address the obvious elephant, the proverbial elephant in the room, which is this a telltale sign of things to come? And I hope it's not. Obviously, we know big men have a tendency of having foot, ankle, knee injuries. So hopefully it's just a fluke. It's just a freak injury, which it seems like it was. And they have a bad year. So in sense, like they have a good year developing, but they have, don't win many games, and they get the shot to win Victor Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. And so here's the thing as well. I like exactly what you're saying here. It's not good. It's not bad. That's the positive out of this is everything you just mentioned. Good for developing players like TP saying, and it's going to give you a shot at least somebody in that top 5. I'm not saying, Oklahoma City was going to be the best team next year, but they got some hoopers. So, this kind of reminds me of the Embiid situation. And I go back to the draft, and they take Joel Embiid in 2014, 2015 comes. They had the 3rd pick. Embiid didn't play that first season. This injury reminds me so much of that because I remember when Embiid got drafted, everyone thought he was going to be a forever what if player. What if that didn't happen? What if he can never stay healthy? And look at Joel Embiid right now. He's just finished second in MVP voting. You could make an argument for him being an MVP. Now, unfortunately, Philadelphia took Jahlil Okafor with the 3rd pick in the next season, and it really
Jahlil Okafor was not. I feel like Jahlil Okafor is an over-scrutinized guy. He's not.
He's like 26 still. It really sucks that his career didn't pan out, isn't panning out. I don't know what we want to call it, but you get the point.
I don't blame him.
The 3rd pick the next season. I know Philly was a little bit more rebuildy. Because they went Embiid. I think Peyton was the year before that. Simmons was the year after Okafor, so I know this was like early on in the Sixers drafting, but still reminds me a lot of it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think the interesting part about it is yeah, like if they get Victor Wembanyama, who is it? Mikey Williams, the other top prospect. I want to pull up NBA. I'm just want to think in my head, like who?
It's really like Scoot and Vic. Those are
Oh
like
yeah,
those are the guys who are always going to be
but they
talked
don't
about.
need
But
Scoot. They don't need
it's a
Scoot.
little, yeah, it's a little bit deeper than just those two cats. I'm definitely going to get a lot more into college ball. And I do want to say another point on this is that I've been seeing a lot of people saying that these guys shouldn't be in these pro-am
What about
events.
Whitmore? What about Whitmore? Is he nice? Cam Whitmore or Nick Smith?
I'm
There's a
not too well versed in college
I,
basketball right now.
I like Nick Smith Jr. I don't know anything about Cam Whitmore, who goes to Nova, but like supposedly he's hiring guys. But yeah, just all in all, for developing like guys like Jeremiah Robinson Earl, we'll get one last look of Darius Baisley. We'll get some more Kenrick Williams, Jay Will. We'll see some more of, some of the guys that they drafted, Usman Dang. This is going to open up a bunch of minutes for guys that we didn't know if they were going to have minutes. So I think, and people don't realize how big. Yo, what's up, Max Hill? What's up, Mr. 81? That's what we're talking about right now. And yeah, like Thomas Perry said, that's exactly what we said. Good for developing the other players. It's going to get Chet adjusted to the NBA grind because, he's going to be there. It's not like he's missing anything. He's going to be at practice. He's going to be at all the away games. Like, he'll be adjusted. So he'll already have a year under his belt. And next year, you just expect him to hit the ground running. As long as there's no hiccups with the foot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, even look at Zion. Zion's going to come back next season. He's going to be doing Zion things. And everyone's going to be like,
but Zion's another guy who missed his rookie year, right? Most of his rookie year. Missed most of it. He's been battling. But every time Zion comes out, he's a fucking dog.
Yeah.
And same thing with Joel Embiid. And basically every time with Ben Simmons and Blake Griffin before he lost the athleticism, same thing.
I really just want to hammer home now because this is like, I guess I covered ball last summer, but this is, I guess, my job now. So it's a little bit more hardcore. Like, I really don't see a problem in players playing in these types of games because Chet's got to be a little bit smarter, I would say. Maybe that plays a bad example, but, usually when you have these pros playing in these games, like, they're just there for a good time, playing with their buddies, just playing in that competitive spirit. They're just running up and down the court, shooting threes and stuff. They're not doing anything crazy. So if I was Chet, I think lesson learned, I'm probably not going to be, if I'm playing in a Pro-Am league or a Pro-Am game in the future for Chet, I probably am not jumping in that specific play.
No, so this is what I said. So, like how I made a video when this originally happened, and I said, you remember how in Eurobasket, Omar Yurtseven, Nikola Jovic, and I believe there was one more guy, Jeremy Sohan, are all not playing in Eurobasket due to the fact that to focus on their rookie seasons. And I kind of felt I applied that logic with Chet Holmgren and other rookies. Don't go play. And I agree with even with Paulo Banchero. He's been lucky to get hurt or anything. Guys, your first 2 seasons, focus on getting acclimated to the NBA. Focus on working out. Focus in, developing your frame, developing your game. Then in year 3, 4, when you're comfortable, your place in the NBA, then go out to the pro-ams. I understand you want to get your runs in and stuff. Like, you can get workouts with other NBA players, which I think playing, meeting up with a bunch of NBA players and working out together and running scrimmages is a lot safer because you all know how to play basketball. Because that's another thing people don't realize is when you play with amateurs, there's a lot of guys, including myself, who, like, I've gotten better at this, but there's guys that they don't know how to move their feet, so they're going to injure you.
Okay. Like even just on closeouts and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know. Here's an example. In football, Pat McAfee and other NFL players, they say a big thing about guys who come from college to the NFL, and they could be a good draft pick, could be a great college player, but one of the reasons they don't make it in the NFL is because they don't know how to practice. And because they're a liability to themselves, but they're a liability to their teammates. And that's why I say for younger guys, that's the problem with Pro-Am and even Eurobasket is you're playing with guys who aren't aware, like there's certain things. That's why with the Dylan Brooks injury or the Jordan Poole on Ja Morant, there's kind of almost like an etiquette in NBA basketball that you look out for each other. And that's why when you see a guy like Chet Holmgren get hurt in a pro-am game, you're just like, guys, let's focus for the first 2 years of your. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, and anybody can do what they want. This is just. I'm just comparing it to Eurobasket. You don't see guys play international basketball their first few years of their career because they don't want to risk getting hurt in those prime years of development. Sorry for the rant.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Does that make sense? Like, I just feel like let's just focus on the NBA.
Yeah. I like the comparison with the amateurs.
Because, like, I think, like, with, like Pat McAfee always says, there's guys who literally get cut because, they're hitting the quarterback or they're tripping linemen, and they're like, get the fuck off the practice field, you're going to cost us a game because we're going to lose 2 guys in one practice.
Yeah, some people try and be the hero. I remember on the Packers a couple of seasons ago, some guy, all the Packers needed was like the ball, and this young kid, like right into the league, right on the Packers, he takes the kick return back and gets hit and fumbles the football, and it's like you're cut when that just happened, but technically you got to wait till after the game.
Oh yeah,
you just got cut. You just lost your job right now.
Yeah, or like think about an offensive lineman. If an offensive lineman blows a block and quarterback suffers a season-ending injury, that guy's done, career over. Like think about the lineman who cost Joe Theismann his injury, or like